What's up guys, Bobby Macy here with SeeMyCampsite.com. Today we are at Goblin Valley State Park in Utah. Goblin Valley is known for its desert landscape and incredible hoodoo formations that took thousands if not millions of years to form. Now Goblin Valley is located about 225 miles from Salt Lake City. It's basically in the middle of nowhere in Utah. But this place is amazing, and today we're gonna talk all about it, we're gonna show you it, and we're gonna show you the campsite because you can camp here for very affordable prices, both RVs and individual tents. Ready? Let's go. Hey guys, we are here at Goblin Valley State Park and we are at the individual campsite area. Now there are 24 individual campsites, one larger group site, which we will show you, and 2 yurts that you can rent. Now there are some commonalities among all of these campsites. What can you expect? Each campsite is going to be equipped with a fire pit. Pretty standard, metal ring, you can use it to cook. You do need to bring your own firewood with you. Each campsite is going to be equipped with a curbed area that has nice flat dirt for you to pitch a large tent. With each campsite, you can use other areas to pitch a tent. It's just not going to be guaranteed that you will find a flat surface. Now, we talked to the hosts here at the park and the rangers. They told us that each campsite can have up to 3 tents. Each campsite also comes with a picnic table and a pavilion, which does provide some shade. That is absolutely essential in the warmer months. The other thing to know about this area is there's not an individual water spigot at each site. They are scattered throughout. You can access water, but not each individual site has that guaranteed. If you have an RV, there is one fill and dump station right here on site. Very useful, very convenient. Every site here, regardless of whether it is an RV site or a tent site, is within walking distance of bathrooms with flushing toilets and running water. The other thing you gotta know is that you're in Goblin Valley. The scenery is beautiful and there is no bad campsite here.
Next, we're going to show you each individual campsite. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Just wanted to take a minute to thank our sponsor for this video, Knockaround Sunglasses. Knockaround allows you to customize sunglasses, literally thousands of options, or you can buy pre-made sunglasses, polarized, non-polarized, wacky designs, non-wacky designs. Honestly, great shades, very affordable price. Use this code below and get a discount on your first pair. Okay, so right now we are at campsite number 1. This is right as you pull in, and it has a 35 feet in length area for a trailer. So you can easily pull through with your RV and or truck if it's within that length. Campsite 1 is also nice because it is extremely close to the restrooms. Now with campsite 1, there is space for you to camp comfortably in your RV, but there is also a pad for a tent that is 14 feet by 10 feet. It will fit a large tent. Right now I'm standing in front of campsite number 2. This is an RV site very close to the restrooms, the closest site to the restrooms. Now, as you can see, this pad is enormous. You're going to be able to fit a monster of an RV or truck here, or if you don't have an RV or a trailer, you'd be able to fit your truck and your trailer side by side. There are a lot of variations that can work with this site. We are at campsites 3 through 6. Now, these are grouped together a little bit. Each is still its own individual site. Each comes fully equipped with 2 parking spots. You can fit 2 vehicles by themselves for each campsite. Sites 3 through 6 are directly across the street from a water spigot that you can use and the restrooms. Campsite number 7 is a back-in RV spot. Still have the tent pad, very close to the restroom, very close to a water source, and clearly the aesthetics do not disappoint. So here we are at campsite 8. This is a pull-through RV spot, as you can tell, but this one is so nice because it's nestled up against that red rock. Campsite number 9, another pull-through spot, similar to campsite number 8, meant for RVs, but it does have the tent pad. Now you can see behind me that this tent pad is very close to the area where your car or your RV is going to be pulled through. So some people will like that, other people maybe not so much, but regardless, you are close to a water source and the restrooms. Campsites 10 through 12 are individual tent sites. Now, these ones are top-notch, specifically number 12. It is nestled behind this red rock, and wow, you have your own little paradise back there. Campsites 13, 14, and 15 are each RV back-in sites. They are on the same side of the road, and they each nestle up to this great red rock. They're close to restrooms, and ultimately, they do not disappoint. All right, now I'm going to show you campsite 16, which is on the opposite side of the road from 13 through 15. But once again, we have backup RV parking, and this site is huge. All right, walk with me as I show you campsites 17 and 18. Now, these are a little bit more isolated than some of the other individual campsites, but as you can tell, they are nestled up against the red rock. You are right next to some of the RV sites, so, you know, if the park is crowded, you're still gonna see people, but nonetheless, you're definitely gonna still have your space. All right, so campsite 19 is its own little piece of heaven here. One thing that's different from the other campsites is you now have 3 individual parking spots. You have more space by yourself. The only potential con with this specific campsite is you are a little closer to the road that leads to the amphitheater and the yurts. And this is a one-way loop, so it is a heavy traffic area. So while you get the isolation with more space away from the other campsites, you still have car traffic coming through here. I'm excited to show you campsite number 20. Now, the view is a little bit different here than the other campsites. As you can see, this view overlooks most of the other RV or individual campsites because it's right at the edge of the campsite area. But you still have an enormous pad for an RV and or truck or trailer, and you've got your tent site. You're still close to the bathrooms, a little bit further away than some of the other sites, but definitely within walking distance. Campsite 20 is one to be remembered. Okay, so campsite 21 is on the opposite side of the loop. As you drive through the rest of the campsites, you're then going to end up here as if you're on your way out. It's directly across from the dump and fill station for RVs, but it is a back-in RV site, and you do have your own individual water spigot, which is nice. In between campsite 21 and 22, you'll find the restrooms, but you're also gonna find this area where you can dump your garbage, and you can also fill and dump any waste from your RV. Directly at the heart of these campsites are the restrooms. You've got warm showers, you've got flushing toilets, and running water for all your sanitation needs. Campsite 22 is an ADA site, so for persons with disabilities, this is perfect. It's also the closest to the restrooms. It's a pull-through site for your RV as well, and as you can see, the actual tent area is a little bit raised. Campsite number 23, incredible aesthetics. I mean, that view, hard to beat, but it's also very close to the restrooms, has this back-in RV spot. Campsite number 24 is the last individual site. Still very close to the restrooms, has a reverse-in RV site that is extremely long, and you are just going to enjoy your time here. All right, so you can see behind me, we have 5 large parking spots. Now, the largest is 45 feet in length. The smallest is 40 feet in length. Now, the reason that's important is the size of your truck and trailer, right? This group site is compelling because it fits up to 40 people. Now, you could park your trailers and obviously camp in the parking lot, or there are plenty of areas where you can pitch a tent on soft sand. And you've got the beautiful red rock here. You've got little visibility of some hoodoos, and ultimately this is just a paradise where families can recreate and have fun. You've also got a disc golf course, which you can bring your own discs, or you can retrieve them from the main area where you enter the park. Now, the disc golf goes all across the campsite areas. It enters the group site, it enters some of the individual sites, it's the surrounding area. So it's a lot of fun, but you can participate in this regardless of whether you rent an individual site or the group site. Now, the group site is gonna run you approximately $135 per night, and you can also have up to 10 vehicles, individual vehicles here in a parking spot, along with those 5 RV/truck spots that I already mentioned. So one of my favorite things about this group site is the idea of having extended family or friends come with me here. And that's interesting because we've got this area that is really just yours. It's separated from the individual sites, so you have a lot of area where the kids could play for hours and nobody's gonna get lost, everybody's gonna be safe and have lots and lots of fun. Okay, my friends, this is the moment you've been waiting for, the yurts. These are some of the most popular destinations to camp within Goblin Valley State Park. However, there are only 2 of them, but these yurts are really cool. Let's show you yurt number 1 right now. I wanted to start here because I wanted you to see how far this is from the road. You're talking about a football field, more or less. And so if you are packing things into the yurt, which I imagine you will, food, cooler, sleeping bags, whatever, you're gonna have to walk a little ways. And you know, this isn't an arduous hike, but it's still a walk. The nice thing, the scenery is absolutely gorgeous. Yurt number 1 differs from yurt number 2 in a couple of ways. Mostly outdoor aesthetics. You are more isolated, you're further from the road, and ultimately you have your own little nook here that is a little paradise. So if you're a family or if you're a couple and you want a little bit more isolation from the rest of the other area in the park and from the other yurt, this is a great place to be. Okay, so yurt number 1, this is nice. Nice little deck area with some camping chairs that you can just overlook the road, kind of the desert landscape. But then also, you have a nice Weber grill here. And that comes included with the price you pay for these yurts. Let's go inside. Both yurt 1 and 2 are basically identical inside. It's the same format, same floor plan. The only difference is really the outdoor aesthetics of each. Here we are at yurt number 2. This yurt is awesome. It's also ADA approved, so therefore people with disabilities are able to use this yurt quite easily. Now follow me in. I want to show you what we got here. A few simple steps, but we also have a ramp that is very convenient for anybody in a wheelchair. We have a nice deck area that is wood, some nice little chairs. I mean, if I just want to sit here and enjoy my time with some genuine privacy. I mean, this yurt is far away from any other campsite. So I can just sit here and I can enjoy the peace, the quiet. It overlooks the amphitheater area, but now come inside. You gotta see this. We are inside yurt number 2, fully equipped with a nice little dining table, nice little sofa here that looks like it's a futon sofa if you need it to be. And we've got some shelving, but these yurts come fully equipped with heat and air. So if it's summer and it's super hot, great, but you can also camp here in the winter. And we also have a queen bed on the bottom with a bunk bed and a single bed on top. This is a nice yurt.
Now, a couple more things you might want to know before you decide to visit the park, and that is a little bit more about how these campsites are actually laid out. We've given you the ground version. This is a drone shot where we have numbered each campsite accordingly for your reference. We also thought it might be helpful for you to know that there is very poor or absolutely zero cell service depending on where you are at in the park. And there you have it, folks. We hope that this review was indeed helpful, and we hope that whenever you get to visit Goblin Valley, you enjoy.